I mean, Jesus Christ, that dude is patient.
I mean, Michael Chandler, he's got the patience of a saint. Granted, multi-million-dollar payday, that's going to give you patience.
Sure.
You know? And if you've waited this long, then another little bit of a delay, so what? So be it. And then we've had this conversation before, but at what point do you say, book me another fight? I can't do this anymore. You know, because there has to come a time.
But, I mean, like you said before, is the payday worth the wait? I mean, a main event versus Conor McGregor is going to be worth more than whatever your contract is against somebody else.
Oh, no. Without question. I mean, Chandler's one of the most exciting that we've got in the sport. Every time he competes, it's fight of the night, fight of the year. Him and Justin Gaethje, even Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, those fights were sensational. And he's not getting any younger either. I think he's 36, 37. McGregor's not getting any younger. It's like we were talking about on Monday, though. You know, me and Anthony, we were talking about having the amount of money that you can amass when you get to the level of a Conor McGregor or a Floyd Mayweather or somebody like that. You know, and do you still really want to fight? Because at this point, and I'm not saying he doesn't, but at this point, it's going to be over 3 years, right? 3.5 years if we get to the end of the year. That's a lot of time.
I mean, let's put it this way. I was able to dominate the range and the distance with Neil Magny with absolute ease. And he's 6'3" and has an 80.5-inch reach. There's no way Jeff Neal's touching me. It's absolutely control the distance, dominate the hand fight. You said he has great boxing. That's all he has. He's only got boxing. He barely throws kicks. He barely enters a takedown. I'll give him credit, he's got phenomenal takedown defense, but that's because he's a boxer and doesn't want to be put on his back. So it's very simple. Like with every fight, it's not, like how can I go out there and do the most amazing thing? It's how can I win with the easiest way possible and do it in the most fantastic fashion.
Ian Garry fights Jeff Neal this Saturday at UFC 298. UFC 298 main card action kicks off on Saturday, February 17th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time and 7 p.m. Pacific Time. And you can order UFC 298 pay-per-view from the link given in the description below.
Right away, within that first minute, boom. Look at that overhand, especially and particularly a guy like Volkanovski who likes to throw that jab. You know, he's going to be anticipating that a little bit more. One thing I will say about Josh Emmett, he was 7 for 7 on every leg kick. Every time he threw a leg kick, he ended up landing on Ilya. And this is a position where Volkanovski is more likely to probably look to expose. But in positions like this, if I'm Volkanovski, I'm thinking, all right, man, this dude's getting pretty close. Takedowns. Why play fire with fighter? I'm sorry, why play fire with fighter? Why play fire with fighter? Why play fire with fire? That's a good blooper. You know what I'm saying? Talk about being smart. You know what? I'm in the pocket. This is where I feel like Volkanovski may end up taking the fight with a guy like Ilya. Let's exchange. Okay. Boom. Level change. Takedown. As much of a striker that he is, like his base comes from wrestling. And that's what makes a guy like that dangerous. You could wrestle, you could defend, you could take people down, but you have nasty power in your damn hands. Jesus.
Just watched Super Bowl. Why didn't anything get announced? Tell us, Daniel.
I think they're having trouble with the UFC 300 main event right now. Jon Jones said that he was asked to headline UFC 300. But he says he's not healthy.
Bro, watch that tackle. I sent you the video. He tackles that dude hard as He's healthy. But watch the way he tackles this man.
He tackled
so
the hard.
You didn't watch it?
Yeah, but bro, like he tackled the shit out of him.
That's what I'm trying to
got him with his chest, dude.
He tackled him so hard.
Bro, that was a pretty good form tackle, though.
Yes.
That was a good tackle.
Yes.
If I'm playing devil's advocate, the guy was holding a pad, so he tackled the pad. He didn't
Oh,
hit
he
his
stuck
body.
that dude hard.
He did tackle the shit out of him.
What would it mean to you to be, your parents were from Palestine, right?
Yeah.
Palestinian?
Yeah.
What would it mean to you to, you know, hold the belt up and be the first Palestinian UFC champion?
I mean,
It's a deep question, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially like at this time that we're going through right now, for me to fight for the title, for me to get this title shot, to get this victory for those people that they've been doing nothing but losing for the last 75 years. They've been doing nothing but losing for the last 120 days. It's been the worst times of their lives. But to see them and to see how they would react to me getting gold, to see a flag next to their name with their country flag, it'll be the greatest thing that their country flag, it'll be the greatest thing that would ever happen for me. And it may not even change much, but it will cement that Palestinian flag in history. It'll cement that Palestinian flag no matter what. People could say they could erase it from history books, but it'll still be right there next to my name, next to UFC gold. And they'll have their first champion, and it'll be one of the biggest blessings, I think, that any Palestinian would ever want.
Mad respect, bro. Just
Thank
I think right now, if the UFC had their way, if they can snap their fingers and make the biggest fight in their mind happen, and the fight that they've been working on happen, and have their say as to what is the main event for UFC 300, I think that they would make Leon Edwards versus Khamzat Chimaev. I believe, based on my conversations, that when Dana White is talking about, the hurdles and the issues and the different things at play in terms of making this fight and how troublesome it has been, I believe that's securing Khamzat's ability to fight in the United States. This has been rumored for quite some time that he has, for whatever reason, some issues coming over to the States. The last time he fought here was in Jacksonville almost 2 years ago. And so I believe that that's been part of the holdup. If they can't, for whatever reason, secure that matchup, I think they would look at a potential Khamzat versus DDP, but I think that the top choice is Leon versus Khamzat. This could all fizzle out, and I think we'll find out in the next few days. But I believe that is the top choice at the moment. I also believe those other three fights are at play as well. Leon Belal, Izzy DDP, and Khamzat DDP as well. And so let's see what happens. I think that trying to get... I really don't know the answer to why it has been so difficult to get Khamzat over to the United States, what the issue is, but I do believe that is part of what Dana White is talking about. Fight that they've been working on happen and have their say as to what is the main event for UFC 300, I think that they would make Leon Edwards versus Khamzat Chimaev.